Hello. Today we're going to talk about Topic 3, Section 5, Perpendicular Bisectors. Alright, so the actual definition of a perpendicular bisector is the locus of points. Okay, wait, what? Locus of points just means all the points, okay? Just a bunch of points, okay? That are equidistant, so equal distant from 2 points A and B. Alright, so A and B. So we're looking for points that are equidistant to both. Well, obviously I could just find the midpoint, right? So we find the midpoint, and that's not the only point, right? I can go up, right, and find points up here, okay, that is equidistant to both A and B. So, like this. All right, and then I can go down, and get these points. Okay, so now I've got all these points along this line. Well, that's the perpendicular bisector of AB. So all the points along this line are equal length, okay, equal distance from A and B. Okay. All right, so let's do some problems. Example 1. All right, you will be given all this stuff on your formula booklet. Okay, so you will have all those formulas. Okay, so find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line segment. So I have some point here and here. So I'm going to put 2, 3 here, and I'm going to put 4, 7 here. Okay, now I want to find the perpendicular bisector. So first thing I need to do is find the midpoint. Okay, well the midpoint is just the average of the 2 points. So average of the x's, 4 plus 2 over 2. Average of the y's, 7 plus 3 over 2. So we get 6 over 2, so 3, and then we get 10 over 2, 5. So the midpoint is at 3, 5. Now, we want to find the equation, so we need the actual line that goes like this. Well, we've got one point that goes through it, and what else do we need to go through, or to make a line? Well, we either need another point, or we need the slope. Well, since it's perpendicular, we can find the green line. All right, so the slope of our green line is going to be the difference in y's over the difference in x's. So we get 4 over 2, so the slope is 2. So the slope of our new line is now going to be -1/2. So our new equation is going to use this point. Ooh, kind of crossed it all out, didn't I? This midpoint and this slope. So we get y minus 5 equals -1/2 x minus 3. All right, I'm going to multiply everything by 2, so I get 2y minus 10 equals -1. I'm just putting it into standard form or slope-intercept form. Usually those are two of the most common ones. Okay. It did just say specifically the equation, but I'll ask you something more specific. So let's see, plus 3. So standard form would be x plus 2y equals 13. So this is standard. And then in, let's see, let's just put this one in slope-intercept form, you would write, let's see, all right, I'm going to go ahead and simplify this in my head. -1/2 x, and we 13 plus 13 over 2. Okay, so make sure you know the difference right? In case I asked you that, or I'm going to ask you which one. Okay. Oh, wait, I forgot. This is IB standards. Okay, they put A, B, and C all on the other side to make it equal 0, right? Over here, AX plus BY plus D equals 0. Oh, they make it a different C. Oh, I guess because it's not the same C as that one. That makes sense. Okay, they just used a different variable. Okay, so let's try another example. So this is example number 3. Take a minute, pause it, read it. Okay, so it helps to think of a compass. So hopefully you know your coordinates. If you don't, just remember, I can't believe my sister. So she taught me by never eat soggy waffles. It's a good life lesson, you know, something I want to live by. All right, now we can visualize it. So Anuman's house is 9 kilometers south and 4 kilometers east. So we go 9 south and 4 east. So that point is at 4, -9. Then Bunshri's house is 8 kilometers south and 7 kilometers west. So it's going to be, I don't know, whatever over here. So that's going to be -7, -8. Because east and west is an X direction. North and south is a Y direction. Okay? So where did the lightning strike? Well, they both heard it around the same time. So that means they must have heard it along an equation, right? It's not going to be a single point because it could have happened over here or right here. We don't know exactly where, but we just know they both heard it at the same time. So it has to be the midpoint along that bisector. So find the perpendicular bisector. Start with finding the midpoint. So we get -7 plus 4 over 2 and -8 plus -9 over 2. So our midpoint is at -3 over 2 and -17 over 2. Then we find our original slope. So it's our change in y's over our change in x. Okay, so our new slope is going to be positive 11, or 11 over 1. So now we can write our equation. That is not how you do a Q. Okay, so the equation is going to be y plus 17 over 2 equals 11 and x plus 3 over 2. So we can distribute the the 11. And then I'm going to go ahead and multiply everything by 2. Or move it, all right, it didn't say which way, so I'm going to put it in both forms. So slope intercept would just be getting the y by itself. So that's just subtracting the 17. So that would be, is that 13/16 over 2, so 8. And then if we wanted to do standard form, I would multiply everything by 2. So 2y plus 17. Multiply it by 2, Rachel, 22 plus 33. So then, okay, we want if you move the the 22 to the left side, it becomes negative. and then move the 33, you get negative, I just did this, negative 16. But typically we don't have a as negative, so in standard form, you would write 22x minus 2y plus 16 equals 0. So that would be your answer. I'll go ahead and highlight that. Either one in this case, okay? All right, so let's start this problem. I feel like this problem might trip some people up. So here we've got some point that's equidistant to both of these, all right, is also on this line. So it's important to realize that if I have a point here, A and B, all the points that are equidistant are going to be along that perpendicular bisector. Okay? So I could be anywhere on here. So this other line, this line right here, it could be here and hit this midpoint. It could be over here and hit here. Or it could be at the middle of A and B, but not necessarily. Okay? So don't try to find the midpoint of that and say that's the point that lies on that line, because it may not be true. We should find that equation of that perpendicular line and see where it intersects with this line. Okay? So first let's find the perpendicular line, the green one. Okay. So first we need to find the midpoint of AB. So we just do 4 plus negative 4 over 2, negative 2 plus 0 over 2. We get 0, negative 1. Then to find the slope, all right, we do negative 2 minus 0. I don't know why I put parentheses there. And then 4 minus negative 4. So we get negative 2 over 8, so negative 1/4. So our new one is now positive 4. So the equation of the perpendicular bisector is going to be y minus negative 1 equals 4x minus 0, or y plus 1 equals 4x. Okay, if we want to put it in standard form, we could put 4x minus y minus 1 equals 0. Or it might be, let's see, I'm going to do it like this, because that's just what I want to do, because it's also similar to this. Okay, so now we have to find the intersection point. So the intersection of 2x plus 3y equals 9 and this new equation. So we do our systems. So 2x plus 3y equals 9. We can do substitution or we can do elimination. All right, let's see, I'm just going to go ahead and multiply that one by 3. So I'm going to multiply that entire bottom one. So we get 2x plus 3y equals 9. 12x minus 3y equals 3. We can add those up. We get 14x equals 12. So now x equals 12 over 14, or 6 over 7. And we can just plug that back in. 4 times 6 over 7 minus y equals 1. So we get 24 over 7. I'm going to move the 1 over and then move the y. Seems easier. Right, I just switched places. Subtracted the 1, added the y. Alright, so I want to add or subtract these, so think of this as minus 7 over 7. So that gets us 17 over 7. So remember, this was your y, and that was our x. So the point is 6 over 7, comma 17 over 7. Okay, that's the point. That's equidistant to AB, but also on this random line somewhere. Okay, it's not necessarily the midpoint of AB, right? It's not the midpoint of AB. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If not, ask me in class. Happy to talk about it. Okay, so this is basically what you should know at the end of this section. Basically, find the midpoint, plug it into point slope form, right? Find that perpendicular slope. All right, you got this. And if you don't, come to class, talk to me. Be happy to go over this again.